I'll get a warrant. I'm serving you, Wyatt. Your badge won't help you this time.
Please accept my condolences, Mr. Clanton. We'll be ready in a moment.
You got the warrants now?
Ready for the judge's signature.
If you'd had the law in your hands, Wyatt would have let you lock them up out at the corral. I know him. It was a stupid play to try without it.
I didn't have the warrants because I didn't think the Earps would be alive to be served. At least that's what you told me.
Yeah, they're alive now. But their hands are dirty. And you all got to understand that. That's what's going to get you elected city marshal. That is, if the county doesn't let the Earps slip through our fingers at the trial.
You don't have to worry about it.
corral, Verge?
Billy Clanton and the McClowrys. Come to disarm you. Raise your hands over your heads.
Virgil.
Can't walk.
Morgue?
It's his shoulder.
Doc.
Yeah.
Verge deputized you.
I swore to something he was muttering about.
And wear the badge.
Verge. It's here. Yeah, right here.
I'm all right, Doc. See the Verge.
Yeah, he's just all right.
Just stay still, Verge.
Well, arrest him. Pete, I don't know if a county sheriff can arrest a city marshal without a warrant.
We can take him. Maybe you can. We got enough guns to settle the whole thing right here.
You're under arrest.
For what?
Murder.
Not today, tomorrow, or ever. You don't have jurisdiction in the city of Tombstone. If you did, you couldn't make it stick.
We got enough men behind us to make it stick.
Still will. If you so much as turn your head toward those men, you'll be laying in the horse manure with your friends.
Lion, give me a hand here.
I'll get a warrant. I'm serving you, Wyatt. Your badge won't help you this time.
Please accept my condolences, Mr. Clanton. We'll be ready in a moment.
You got the warrants now?
Ready for the judge's signature.
If you'd had the law in your hands, Wyatt would have let you lock them up out at the corral. I know him. It was a stupid play to try without it.
I didn't have the warrants because I didn't think the Earps would be allowed to be served. At least that's what you told me.
Yeah, they're alive now. But their hands are dirty. And you all got to understand that. That's what's going to get you elected city marshal. That is, if the county doesn't let the herb slip through our fingers at the trial.
You don't have to worry about it.
I don't intend to. Get this through your heads. If this were back east, I could make law the way they do. But the best thing I can do out here is buy it.
You get good value, don't you? It's been working.
It works until the East gets here. But if I'm not big enough to buck them when they start to corner the ranges and the railroads and the stockyards, you boys are going to have to go back to living on what the county pays you.
But meanwhile,
Meanwhile, if we don't want to get eaten up, we're going to have to grow bigger and faster than nature intended.
Yeah. And hope their brothers don't continue to be so lucky as they were this morning.
They won't. One way or another.
We're ready now, Mr. Clanton. I hope you are satisfied, Mr. Clanton.
I am.
Why did you give up practicing dentistry and take up gambling?
What's the word they use? Irrelevant? I'll rule on that, Mr. Holliday. You answer the question.
Was it because of your illness?
Partially.
Or as your growing reputation as a killer?
No, I found there was more gold in people's pockets than in their mouths. Does that satisfy you?
Eminently. What was your reason for volunteering your services as a gunfighter to the Earp family?
I owed Wyatt Earp a favor.
You mean you killed a man you didn't even know as a favor to another?
I killed a lot of men I didn't know between 1861 and 1865. Nobody said anything about it then.
War, Mr. Holliday.
Well, I never did understand the difference.
How many men have you killed as a civilian?
Oh, I don't know, somewhere between 18 and 25.
I presume they were all quarrels over your gentlemanly honor.
No, over money. That's my profession. Are you finished?
No, not quite. Then you admit that you accepted a deputy's badge and used it as a cloak to cover an act of homicide as a favor.
I accepted a deputy's badge to uphold the law against Ike Clanton, who was threatening it with a gang of gunmen, until he decided to pull out and sacrifice his brother to make the Earps look like baby killers so they'd lose votes.
You're out of order, Mr. Holliday. Just answer the question.
Did you not, as a fact, accept a deputy's badge?
I don't need a badge to kill.
Only the word of Wyatt Earp.
I go to hell and back on the word of Wyatt Earp, and so would half the men in this room.
And you observed these impressions of the gunfight from where, Mr. Clanton?
Fly's photographic gallery across from the OK Corral.
I see. With the court's permission, is Andrew Warshaw on the court?
Yeah, right here.
Would you mind standing up, Mr. Warshaw? Is Andrew Warshaw in your employ?
Yes, he is.
Is this the same Andrew Warshaw as wanted in Pecos County, Texas on 2 counts of armed robbery and 3 of murder?
I wouldn't know that.
In what capacity do you employ Mr. Warshaw?
Scientific stock breeder.
I see. Now, Andrew Warshaw has been observed regularly wearing a 6-gun and saddle holstering a Winchester carbine. Now, are these normally considered the tools of his profession?
Maybe he has to force the stock to breed.
Mr. Holliday, that will be all. You can sit down now, Mr. Warshaw. Would William Brocious please stand up? Is William Brocious in your employ?
Yes, he is.
Is this the same William Brocious who is wanted variously on 8 counts of murder in Kansas City, Missouri, Abilene, Texas, Gallup, New Mexico, between the years 1878 and 1881?
I wouldn't know that either.
In what capacity do you employ him?
Bookkeeper.
I beg your pardon?
Bookkeeper.
I see. That'll be all, Mr. Brocious. Now, is it a fact that you're a heavy financial backer of another one of your employees, Pete Spence, for the Tombstone City Marshal post now held by Virgil Earp?
It is a fact.
That will be all.
When you heard the shooting, why did you not go to the aid of your brother and the McLaurys?
It's been so long since there's been a gunfight in this county, I could scarcely believe my ears.
When you did ascertain that a gunfight was actually in progress, what did you do?
Nothing. I was unarmed. I find that my familiarity with weapons is not an asset to me as a businessman.
It has been stated that your employees, the bookkeeper and the cattle breeder, were armed. Why, Mr. Clanton?
I've been told that there is a plot to assassinate me. Because of my stand for freedom of the range against the Easterners. In my opinion, such was the purpose of the Marshal's attack on the OK Corral.
That is all. Then you did have an animosity toward the Clanton group prior to October 26, 1881.
Everyone in town knows I did.
Oh, Marshal, you walked down to that OK Corral with your brothers and Doc Holliday in a state of frustration with malice in your heart toward Ike Clanton and his group.
I've said that. Repeating the question won't make it any stronger.
That's all.
Just a moment, Your Honor. I should like to re-examine the defendant. Why? Did malice move you against the Clanton group?
No.
Would you tell the court what did?
The Clanton group was armed and made threats of death and violence against us. It was our duty as sworn peace officers to disarm and arrest them. I would disarm and arrest General Ulysses S. Grant if he appeared on the streets of Tombstone under those circumstances.
Wyatt, I told you before you went down to the corral that I had met with the Clanton group, and they agreed to leave town peaceably.
Brian, you take bribes. You're a thief, a liar, and a disgrace to your office. I wouldn't take your word if you swore to it on your mother's grave.
You'll live to regret that.
I want to recall Sheriff Bryan. Now, Sheriff Bryan, would you mind repeating under oath the statement you just made?
I said I attempted to stop the Earps and Holidays. They marched down the street toward the corral.
How did you go about that?
I told them that none of the men at the corral were looking for trouble, and they had all agreed to leave town immediately.
And what was their reply?
They ignored me.
And what did you do then?
I watched them, and I saw Billy Clanton and Frank McLaury raise their hands above their heads. And Tom McLaury threw back his coat lapel to show that he was unarmed. And that's when the Earps and Holiday opened fire.
And you swear to this under oath?
I do!
That they fired on the deceased with their coats open.
I do.
And their hands raised
I
in the
do.
air. That's all, Your Honor. So we see that the prosecution has introduced a substantial body of evidence pointing to the guilt of the defendants. And much of this stands unrefuted by the defense. But in the last analysis, the prosecution's case turns on 2 points. Whether, in fact, the shooting was a crime, and whether there was a motive. As to the first point, both the coroner's report and the independent medical testimony indicate that William Clanton's wrist was penetrated from the outside, and that the bullet lodged in his abdomen. That is not the wound received by a man with his hands in the air. Tom McLaury's wounds were not the sort that could be received with his hands on his lapels like that, but rather with his hands around a Winchester carbine which he had recently extracted from his horse's saddle holster. Testimony of Sheriff Bryan therefore stands refuted. Therefore, since no crime has been established, nor even a motive for one, I find that the defendants were fully justified in their actions and that these homicides occurred in the discharge of their official duties. The case of the prosecution is therefore dismissed. Court is adjourned.
Everybody rise.
Well, shooting from the front side didn't work. Next time, he'll try it from the back.
He'll get Clanton at the election. Thanks, Horace.
See you at the polls.
Good night.
Harry, take this over to Doc before you check out, will you?
Okay.
Good night, Marshal.
All right, Harry.
Hit me.
How much your baby weigh?
Too much. Don't distract me. Hit me again.
Charlie, I don't think...
Just give me the card, will you?
If the population keeps growing and you keep stopping in here every time you deliver a baby, you're going to go broke.
I can't understand why I never win.
You don't play very well. Besides that, you never cheat.
Cheat? Do you?
No, I'm too good. I don't have to.
Well, if you weren't that good.
Cheat.
Well, I'll be damned.
I don't think the correct word is cheat, Charlie.
What is that word? Just how much is a player supposed to lose?
Well, the house rules fix the percentage. The regulars know the odds. Doc's just trying to keep you from giving us your money.
Check the horses and the prisoners. You're on duty.
Don't you think it's time to go home, Charlie? I'll walk along with you. Nope. I'm going to stay and do a little rule bending. Good night.
Harry, wake up. And Harry, get out of bed.
I just got into bed.
Harry, there's someone breaking in downstairs in the barber shop.
What can they steal in the barber shop?
Oh. Harry, do you want me to go downstairs?
Sure, you go. You go. Oh. All right. All right.
Get my brother. All right, get my brother.
Ward, check me out.
Get your brother, Marshal.
Virgil, you all right?
Couldn't see.
Stick with his head, Douglas.
I don't feel anything.
Where'd shots come from?
Barber shop.
Out of the way, Wyatt. Yeah. Hold him up there, will you?
Harry, did you see anything?
Nothing.
Harry, you're lying. Who did you see?
It was dark.
Where was it dark, Harry?
Marshal, I got a boy and a wife.
So has Virgil.
I can't. They'll kill me. That won't help nothing.
Harry, you've got just as much to fear from me as you have from Clanton. Now, who was it?
It makes no difference what you do to me. I can't. Unless you promise I don't have to say this to anyone but you.
All right, Harry. You got my word.
Stillwell.
You said they.
Brushes and Spence and Warshaw.
All right, Harry.
Whereas 6 witnesses for the defense have testified that the accused, Peter Spence, Andrew Warshaw, and William Brosius, were playing poker at the Alhambra Saloon at the time of the assault on Marshal Earp's life. And whereas Sheriff Bryan has sworn that his deputy, Frank Stillwell, was on duty at the county jail, and since the city prosecutor has failed to produce any evidence to the contrary, or any witnesses to the actual assault, or to the number or identity of assailants, Mr. Fitch? Therefore, the charges of feloniously assaulting Marshal Virgil Earp brought by the city of Tombstone against these defendants are dismissed. This court is adjourned.
Everybody rise.
Wyatt, he knew you had a witness. He gave you every chance.
Let it go, Tom.
I'll be damned if I understand a man whose word to a waiter is more important than his brother.
Wyatt, the law won't work when part of it is ignored because everyone is either bought off or terrified.
Then I'll enforce the part that does work.
Wyatt, your brother will be a cripple for life. Who's going to take his place on the ballot, Wyatt?
I am.
From you.
I'm just educating myself. I've never been on the right side of the law. I wanted to see how much good it does you when you are.
Andy Warshaw. Andrew Warshaw.
Andrew Warshaw.
Anson Safford.
Anson Safford.
Anson Safford.
Nervous?
There now.
Well, it should be over by midnight.
One, didn't I? Yes, Morgan. You did. What? he say? When we were kids, we used to argue about whether when you were dying, your whole life flashed in front of you or not. He said it ain't so, why?
I'm taking him to Tucson to meet the transcontinental train from California. Virgil, Barry Morgan out there with the folks.
I don't mean that. What about here? What do you want us to do?
Nothing. I'll take legal action when I get back.
The runner-up takes office in Tombstone. We had to swear in Spence as city marshal this morning. We're not going to find any legal action that's going to stick.
We'll see.
We've gotten together $20,000 to post his reward money.
Thank you, Nancy.
Aboard!
Horace.
You get a telegram from me by the time you reach Tucson, Wyatt.
What are you doing here?
I'm crazy about trains.
Telegram for you, mister.
Thank you. I've secured your appointment, Federal Marshal, and authority you form posse. Arrest suspects Stillwell, Spence, Brocious, and Warshaw. Warrants in mail. Sorry, no public funds available. Horace Solomon.
He doesn't name Clanton.
Not enough evidence to get a warrant against Blanton.
Well, you got the first gun for your posse.
You hear the part about no funds available?
I hear the Chamber of Commerce has put up $20,000 reward money.
For arrest and conviction, not dead or alive. Not your style, Doc.
For that kind of money, I can be as law-abiding as, you are.
sorry about Morgan.
Yeah, you know Doc Holliday, firm McMaster's.
You were the arresting officer when I shot Long Nose Ernie here in 74.
That's right.
Good to see you.
Why? I got a tip. I figured it might wait, so I came out to meet you.
Yeah. Well, you can talk in front of me. We just went in business together.
Clanton sent Frank Stillwell and two of his gun hands into Tucson. I think he means to make a clean sweep of the herbs.
Well, where do you think it'll come?
There's no telling. If I were you, I'd get my family off to California and take this train back to Tombstone.
I wish you'd sign on, Sherman.
I would, Wyatt, but I can't afford it. You know, they only pay $53 a month in Tucson. With a family, that keeps me on the edge all the time.
I'll match that out of my own pocket, plus a half. You get a crack, it's $20,000 reward.
I'm gonna take this train back to Tombstone.
Yeah.
I'll get my gear. Hey, Wyatt. Stillwell's had time to get to Tucson.
Take care of your family.
Stillwell, you're under arrest. Drop the shotgun. Now the gun belt. start steaming, Ike. Tucson has issued a homicide warrant for Earp for Stillwell's murder. We'll serve it in Tombstone.
What happened to the two hands you sent with him?
Earp nailed the first one.
Any other? Yes?
He left.
Now, Brian, if I gave you a posse of 25 men, do you think you might be able to find Earp? And maybe even arrest him?
I can handle it, Mr. Clanton.
Ike, this is local law against federal law. It's gotten too big for us. They'll send troops here if anything happens to Earp.
Sit down, Roy. Advice like that I can get cheaper than you come. Brian, after you organize your posse, I want you to put 20 men under Spence as deputy city marshals. Put Latigo in charge. Latigo, Solomon and Plum and the rest of them are bound to organize a vigilante committee. I want them disarmed and out of the way.
Okay, Mr. Clanton. Ike, Brian and Latigo don't have to handle that. I can take care of it. It's my job.
You won't even be here. You're going to disappear.
How do you mean disappear? I'm the city marshal now. I can stand up to Earp.
You're a joke. Earp would drop you and a dozen like you quicker than he did Stillwell. Brocious, you like to drink. Go to Texas and booze yourself into silence.
Sure.
Warshaw.
I've been to Texas, Mr. Clanton. You want me to go, I'll go, but I can find a spot right here in the ranch. Stay there real quiet and just not go no place.
City marshal can't just disappear.
Business trip.
That'll take money.
You've had all the money you're going to get out of me. Now find it somewhere else.
I can't go, Ike.
The talking's over, Spence.
What do you think you're doing?
Marshal Spence heard that some of you people have been wearing guns. We have orders to find out.
Whose orders?
Marshal Spence. We're his deputies.
Where is the marshal? I want to talk to him.
He's out of town.
Why?
Business trip. May I have your firearms?
No. I challenge your authority.
John. It's not going to get us anywhere now. After all, they are the law. You're just playing into their hands.
He's right, John.
I'll let you know when you pick up your irons.
You won't have it that long.
I'll leave these gentlemen to you, Wyatt. I can't stand pillars of society when I'm not taking their money.
Here's your policy authorization. I'm glad to see it.
All right, gentlemen, this is Sherman McMaster's Tucson.
That's
John. What do they want?
They've got what they wanted. Our guns.
Spence's man ordered us disarmed.
Where is Spence?
Out of town. On business.
Well, it's Spence's duty, just as it was Virgil's, to disarm you.
You're not defending Spence.
Just the law. What were you doing wearing a gun, John?
That mob of Clantons armed to the teeth. I want to arm 100 men. Organize a vigilantes committee. Back you. Take this town away from Clanton.
Legally elected. Until they step out of line, neither you nor I have a right to touch them. If we do, you said it in court. You've got anarchy.
All right. What do you think we should do?
Just sit tight.
Clanton's got a murder warrant out on you for Stillwell's death. Brian's got a posse together to serve it.
Let him. He hasn't got a case. You can get it kicked out of court, can't you?
You won't be alive long enough to get to court.
You know that for a fact.
The way I see it, if Clanton actually wants you arrested and taken to jail, these deputies could do it easily right now. I don't see him moving. I know it's against your principles to run away from the law. But under the circumstances, my advice to you right now is start moving.
I think you're right, Horace. I think I don't appreciate your offer, John. Sure, the situation has changed here. Brian's got his posse on my tail. Plum feels they're gonna try to kill me.
They'll have to catch up with us first.
That's what I mean. You got a wife and children.
I had them when I started.
There's a water station about 20 miles up the line. We'll drop off there. You get us outfitted and meet us there.
I'll meet you there, too. I'm gonna raise a posse for you. Not the kind you'd come up with. Well, it'll be a posse.
Wyatt. Damn it, I hate to see you make a wrong move here. Let me organize the vigilantes committee. Just say the word.
No. But thank you, John.
Sure got cheated on that table. I know you can draw, fright, and raise this up. Go on, get it over with.
I got no such thing in mind, Jack.
I wasn't ducking out on you, Doc. I know I owe you $800. I've just been saving up, that's all.
Sure, what would I want with a lousy $6.50 anyway?
You see, the thing is, I'm in the hole for another 1,000 of Bill Ringer.
So there wouldn't be much point in shooting a bankrupt.
Well, that's it. You just be getting yourself a lot of trouble with Bill. I mean, he'd be sore as hell at you if you used to kill me and me still owe him all that money.
Supposing we go for a little walk.
I'd sooner you give it to me right here.
Put that thing away. That's for the drinks and the table. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to enforce the laws of the United States of America and the territory of Arizona to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
Well, you must be out of your mind.
Say I do.
I do.
You are now a deputy federal marshal.
I am.
There's $15,000 reward money in this. Spent, Brocious, and Warshaw.
Dead or alive?
Arrest and conviction. The way you handle a gun, you're lucky that's the way it is.
When do we start?
Right now.
Get your tools, let's go. Let's move out. Pick it up. Pick it up. All right, you man, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's get the lid on. Let's move. All right, let's get it there.
Pretty dangerous fellas you got here. Might scorch you with one of them headlamps.
Hello, Doc.
Gunslinger like you bullying miners. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'll have to make a living.
Well, you don't have to make it busting mining strikes.
That's what they pay me for. I just can't make it as a hired gun in the West anymore.
Well, Ike Clanton's hiring guns right now.
I wouldn't raise a finger against the Earps.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Wyatt staked you, didn't he?
After I got out of jail,
So he still staked you.
he sent me to jail.
You still owe him a favor.
I did him a favor. I didn't hire my gun to Clanton.
No, you just used it to push poor miners around.
Well, you don't expect me to work, do you?
Raise your right hand.
What for?
I'm getting up a posse.
Against Clanton?
That's right.
Why should I?
That's a foolish question.
Yeah.
And there's $15,000 reward money in it. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the laws of the United States of America and the territory of Arizona to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
You are now a deputy federal marshal. Follow me. Texas Jack Vermillion, this is Turkey Creek Johnson.
How do you sucker you?
Now, you see, I owed him this $800. You sure they're hiding over Clanton's ranch?
Only one way to find out.
Well, it's right over them mountains there, ain't it?
Maybe Wyatt isn't heading for Clanton's ranch at all. Maybe he's just trying to put a lot of rough ground between that posse of Brian and us. Is that possible, Wyatt?
Well, that's so. We ought to move out of here before we get squeezed in the middle.
I think the boys are trying to tell you it'd be a lot safer if we headed away from Clanton's place.
Now, nobody said that.
Well, then stop thinking about it.
Wyatt?
You know who they were? It was Pete. Pete Spence. How many were there? Where's your shotgun rider? If we can get him across the river, maybe we can get some help.
Forget it.
Mine payroll?
Why? Is it in Spence's kind of play?
No, it sure ain't.
It's traveling money. I got a feeling we'll find Spence down around Guatemala.
How want you boys to stay here and watch for Brian's posse.
And if he does show,
Hold him off if you can. If you can't, lead him off downriver.
where will you be?
If you have to cut out, I'll meet you at Marshal Kierkegaard's place in contention.
Quiet. Sherm asked, where will you be?
I'm going to play a long shot. No handier than Spence is, he won't try to horseback over those mountains. He'll be at Algodones waiting for the eastbound stage.
All right. I'll go with you.
Doc. I want you to stay here and handle the posse.
Spence is bound to have some men with him. He wouldn't pull this alone.
I don't expect too much trouble.
And what are these two bodies doing here?
How come Wyatt don't just admit he wants Spence for himself, same as I would if he killed my brother?
He wants Spence because the law says to get him.
Oh? Well, then do me a favor, will you, Doc? As long as he's got no personal feeling about one way or the other, why don't you just talk him into taking the rest of them alive? I could really use that reward money.
Doc, you got the idea how to cut out Brian and his whole posse? The time has come to have one.
Hello, Spence. Waiting for the stage?
Yeah. Going on a trip east, on business.
2 men killed on the Naco stage this morning. Driver, shotgun rider. Mine payroll was taken.
Mine payroll?
Yeah.
When that happened?
Oh, half hour, 45 minutes ago. Looks of the tracks, there was 3 or 4 men involved.
I'm traveling alone. You don't think I had anything to do with that?
Traveling alone, are you?
Yeah, just taking a trip east on business.
Both those men got it in the back with a shotgun. The same way my brothers, Virgil and Morgan, got it.
Wyatt, I know how you feel about your brothers, but
You know how it feels to look down the sight of a shotgun at a man's back?
Wyatt, don't try to hang that on me.
It's a federal warrant for your arrest, Spence.
I was acquitted in court once, and I'll be acquitted again. I had nothing to do with it.
You had nothing to do with that stage this morning, huh?
Nothing. Charlie. Okay.
Charlie. I see you boys made it all right.
Yeah.
Where's Marshal Carrigan?
Charlie said he'd be back this evening.
Fine, Spence?
He's dead.
Obviously, no chance for a formal arrest.
That's right.
Well, now that leaves $10,000 on the table.
That's right, Doc.
Keeps this up, we'll all lose money on the deal.
Mine payroll.
Yeah, sure. You're going to take charge of this. Probably a little short. Spence said he was traveling alone when I found him.
What next?
We just stay here until we figure Brian's posse's moved on.
Well, you've already had a busy day.
What?
Nothing.
Charlie!
Come in here, crack another bottle, will you?
Come tell them all.
He says there ain't any more.
How do you know what he's saying?
Because I told him not to buy any more. Here's the money you gave him.
A bottle in the bag, a bottle for now, and a shot glass.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
You know Bill Brocious?
He was here up till an hour ago.
Any idea where he went?
Yeah, cross street to the Desert Queen.
Drunk?
He was making the rounds.
Thanks.
Make sure you're not so free giving out information about me.
I don't even know who you are, sir.
pretty sloppy riding, Brocious. I remember seeing something like this in the circus once when I was a child. They lifted up the canvas, and there they were. Statues. Any of you gentlemen want not to be statues?
He's drunk, Holiday.
Oh, my. Now, let me see. Oh, yes. By authority invested in me by the government of the United States and the territory of Arizona, you, Curly Bill Brocious, just unhook your gun belt. You did that deliberately. What are you so sore about? You got Brocious, didn't you? That's what you wanted.
Killing Brocious is going to lead Brian right to us. We can't move by surprise. Now, you fix that, Doc.
Yeah. Well, everybody has their bad luck. I cough when I drink. You come up against sneaky people who get you to help them commit suicide. It's yours, Doc.
Look what's coming. Play, Jack.
Get your gear and a horse, Warshaw. You're under arrest.
For what?
Get his horse. Put a blanket roll on it.
But for why?
For felonious assault and murder. To Virgil and Morgan are...
I didn't do either of those.
You were seen.
Well, I swear to you, I didn't do it.
What did you do?
I only watched to see that no one came.
From the barber shop?
Round the corner from your brother Virgil only. I wasn't in the barber shop with the guns.
Or what did you do when Morgan was shot?
Again, I only watched.
Where?
In the alley behind the billiard parlor.
Why'd you watch?
Well, to see that the men with the guns are left alone.
Clanton pay you for that?
Well, sure. He always pays me. Well, I work here for Clanton.
What'd he pay?
Oh, hell, I told you that.
What'd he pay?
He paid, $50 to me.
For? so free with his money.
Man's life. $50.
I'm going to give you a chance to make another $50.
I don't want such a chance.
My men will stay back. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. You can draw on 2. I'll wait till 3.
If you get me, my boys won't bother you. Who knows, maybe Clanton will pay you another $50.
Wyatt, he can plug you.
He's too scared.
For God's sake, Wyatt, you got men watching you.
He's gonna draw first. I don't want to shoot anybody. I didn't shoot. I only watched. $50 to see my brother shot. 1, 2, 3. Take him back to his boss. That's the end of the line. Sorry about the reward money.
You don't hear any complaints, do you?
I owe you money.
You don't have call to talk to us like that, Wyatt.
I'm sorry, Sherman. I want to thank you, boys.
Boy, you sure gave him a chance. I just blown his head off as he lay in bed. Better have one.
I don't need it.
Oh, yes, you do. You need it to make this morning stay down just like I do. When I think back, 5 minutes after he left the OK Corral, I wanted to say, get Clanton, Wyatt. Get him before he gets you. But I didn't. You don't speak that way to Wyatt Earp. You got too much respect for him. Then Virgil got it. And then Morgan. And I watched you keep your word to that waiter back in Tombstone. You thought it was your honor that stopped you from making him testify, but it wasn't. You couldn't get a conviction in a federal court or a local one, and you never intended to try. You just didn't want to be cheated out of that. And those aren't warrants you got there. Those are hunting licenses. Stillwell, Spence. It was a pretty good shot you made at Bruce's. God, that's when I hooked it all together. And now Warshaw, and then you're gonna get Clanton. You're gonna kill Clanton just like I would, and you don't need a warrant for that. So go on. Go on, have one. If you're gonna kill like me, you might as well drink like me. stuff.
I'm taking you to Colorado.
Sorry to spoil your party.
Mr. Glenn, don't tell me I've heard it. Brian, Earp, and the rest of that crowd will be heading for Colorado by now.
Well, that does it then. Doesn't it? I mean, he can't operate from Colorado.
I expect you to be waiting at the border for him.
It'd be a little tough to do, Ike.
Your posse outnumbers Earp's 5-1. Now, what are you worried about?
But having him out of the way was all you needed.
I need Wyatt Earp dead and cold, and nothing seems to get that for me.
I've been doing the best I can, Ike.
Well, then get back to it. And if you don't get Earp at the border before he moves into Colorado, I want you to get to the governor for papers to extradite him.
Where will you be?
I'll get back to you when I need you. Something you want to say?
No.
Morning, Mr. Earp. Welcome to Denver.
Thank you. 302. I put you in the room next door to your friends. Thank you.
Brian get to the governor? Have I been extradited? What?
Brian's finished.
Who managed that?
Well, Brian and Clanton had over 100 men between them. Clanton left town, and we bought the rest of the men off.
You bribed them.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but if you want to, yes.
Where is Clanton?
Mexico.
Doing what?
I should judge stealing cattle, Wyatt.
Prospering?
Yes.
What part of Mexico is he in?
Oh, somewhere out of Nogales. Wyatt, we want you back in Tombstone. We've got an appointment for you as Chief U.S. Marshal. We're growing, Wyatt, and you can grow with us.
And grow to what?
Adjutant General of the Territory. That would make you Chief Law Enforcement Officer in Arizona, and that could be just the beginning for you.
Do I have to give you a yes or no right now?
Well, we can't stall the answer to Washington for too long.
I'll have to give you my answer later, gentlemen. Thanks for the drink.
We'll hear from you.
I said you would.
Once again.
How am I?
You could put pipes on those lungs, you could play a hymn. Terrible.
But I've been following your orders. Rest, fresh air, fresh eggs.
Go on. You know, you don't have to get well to please me. I'm used to people dying on me.
So am I.
Don't laugh too hard. Those lung scars won't stand it. My friend, if you don't give up drinking, you'll go like that.
I'll say this for you. You got one hell of a bedside manner.
Put him back in the icebox.
Terrible stuff. I wouldn't drink that if I were you.
Doc? It's cold out here. I'll send for blankets and a wheelchair. I'd like you to try it for a while.
Don't ask for sympathy from me. You're doing this to yourself.
Ah, come on. You didn't come all the way out here to get on my back.
No? No. No, Solomon and a few of the others were back at the hotel when I got there. I have to go back to Tombstone.
They extradited you?
No, they want me to be Chief U.S. Marshal.
Wow. Are they going to give you enough manpower to operate against Brian?
Brian is finished.
And Clanton?
He's hightailed it from Mexico.
How'd they swing all this?
They bought their men off.
You approve?
It's done.
Oh, so easy. Why didn't they do it before?
Too expensive.
That's what I like about your friend. Idealists. Are you going to take the marshal's appointment?
Yeah. You know, this could lead to me being the adjutant general of the territory. I wouldn't leave you for anything less than that. I figured you'd understand.
Oh, yeah, I do. I understand. You're a bigger rat than I thought you were.
Probably. You gonna be all right here?
Except for a slight dying spell.
I'll see you at Tombstone.
Absolutely. Hey,
I want to give this to the doctor.
Oh, now here, give it to me.
Modern life. I'm going south to Nogales, you're going west to Tombstone, and we're both on the same train. Train fare was $18.65. I'm keeping the rest for expenses. I believed you were going back to Tombstone. I did for about 5 seconds. Then it popped into my head. Clanton. Still Clanton, isn't it?
Lay off it, Doc. You let me have it once, that's enough. We don't have the only law in the world. They've got law in Mexico. I'm going to the Federales, and if Clanton is operating down there, I'll bring him back. The next stop, you use your expense money, buy a return ticket, and go take care of yourself.
No, thank you.
Hello, Latigo.
Látigo. ¿Quién es Látigo, capitán? Es la primera vez que veo a este hombre.
He said that. Yeah, I know what he said, yeah.
Teniente, traiga 2 hombres, vamos a revisar el ganado.
¿Cómo le vamos a hacer?
Tenemos un nuevo juez. A un gringo.
Just in case I didn't tell you, they have tried to arrest us before.
Yeah, but never for stealing Mexican government cattle before.
¿Está hablando en serio? ¿O sí?
these cattle?
Clanton.
Go get your wine.
Yeah.
My sending for you is unfortunate.
Let's have it.
This is what I have to tell you. The two witnesses we took with the cattle this morning are dead 1 hour ago. Our guns through the bars of the jail. Those who shot escape into the night.
And Clanton?
We will bring him in to be questioned, as we will find those who killed. But you understand, for Clanton, there could be no arrest under the circumstances.
Yeah, I understand.
Without the two witnesses, there could be no trial.
Thank you, Captain.
I tried to notify you this immediately because perhaps you're now in some danger.
Thanks for your kindness. Shaw and the others. Now you're going to be right about Clanton.
Clanton's different. Why? Warshaw was in anger. But you're planning this one without the law. You've thrown away all the years you lived by the rules.
I don't care about the rules anymore. I'm not that much of a hypocrite.
Hang this up in your closet.
The whole thing's hypocrisy. The rules they tacked on say unless you're wearing that badge or a soldier's uniform, you can't kill. But they're the only rules there are. They're more important to you than you think. Play it that way, Wyatt. Or you'll destroy yourself. I know you. You can't live like me.
Verge played by the rules. He's crippled for life. Morgan. Dead. I can't let Clanton get away with it. I know where to find him. I'm gonna find him.
Don't, Mark, slow down. Slow down.
Take care of yourself.
No thanks.
Get that next, get that last. Get that brain attack. Get some angles. All this stuff we can fit. All this stuff. That's some extra stuff. That's some shorts, jogging pants.
had some kind of plan?
I
have.
You probably
Want to tell me about it?
take whoever gets in their way.
Call that a plan?
You got a better one?
No.
Sit on top of them. Come here. I'm gonna bring this stuff out of here. Okay. These totes that'll come out. And that Christmas bag. Alright. Bring that Christmas bag first. Alright. Sit on top of this. Alright.
I'm not feeling better.
Too bad you don't listen to your doctor.
I should have listened to my mother in Baltimore. What? We were down with the Federales. When I said about your not being able to go back, well, that was talk. But I have to know something. Are you going back to Tombstone? Sure. Don't lie to me this time.
I'm going back.
That's what I had to know. Hey, do me a favor, will you? Get out of here. Come on, don't hang around.
You ever turn your heat off? Yeah. I just turned it off this morning. Turn it off. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that hot down here. That means you don't need it on. Hold it up. I'm going to tell you something. Hold it up.
So long.
So long now.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll be in touch with you. You leave Denver or Tombstone? You're not going to be in either place, Charles. Where'll you be? I don't know, but I'm not going to be in this part of the country.
Well, Clum told me you got the appointment, U.S. Marshal.
I'm not going to accept it, Charles. I'm through with the law. I want to thank you for coming on me.
Take it down and see what you're doing, what.
So long, Jack.
Right there. What? You don't have to ball it, but let it go. Let it go. Grab it right there.
It's terrible.
Hold it up.
Where do you get that stuff? King. Aces.
Sit down.
You know Cheez-It made extra toasty? Of course. Want it? Need it? Cheez-It.
Avoid dull, unmanageable hair. Old Spice men's styling products help you achieve the perfect look.
Wait a minute. Go get one of them garbage bags. Huh? All right. You got one this up again.
Now, how many hard candies did you have? Just a handful. How big are your hands?
Real funny, Doc.
All right. Head back. Well, it's not quite what I expected, but we're gonna have to pull it.
Pull it?
The tooth.
Well, of course the tooth. What are you planning on pulling it with?
Well, with these.
Well, how much is that gonna hurt?
Now, that depends.
Depends on what?
On how much you can drink.
You better get another bottle. God, that burns.
All right, head back.
Wait.
Oh, come on now, don't be a sissy. You're the one with the sweet tooth, not me. Besides, I've seen a 7-year-old boy not squirm as much as you're doing in this chair right now.
All right.
Hold still.
Just stop talking.
Now we're gonna go on 3.
Hey.
All right, right there. 1, 2, 3.
You said you were a pull on 3, not 2.
Hush up and spit. Don't be sore. Every trail has its puddles. Have a drink. Appointment?
Pardon?
I was asking if you had an appointment with me.
Me? No. I was just passing through town. Been wrestling with a bad tooth. I think it might be the root.
All right, I'm just finishing up with this patient here. Go ahead and have a seat. That newspaper over there is a penny. All right, easy.
Boy, it hurts.
I'm sorry for your pain. But that tooth had to come out. And your mouth's never gonna get better as long as you keep jawing. So why don't you go on home and give it a rest? Leave a coin there by the door. And another for the whiskey. Lawman?
Canine.
Well, you marshals are easy to spot. All hat and no cattle. Come over here and have a seat, why don't you?
It's the one way in the very back.
In the very back, you see.
Hi, Doc.
Now, it doesn't take a genius to spot a goat in a flock of sheep. Your teeth are perfectly fine. So why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Your uncle's land. I already know what happened. Ain't no sense in denying it.
Now, those Negroes had no business swimming in that pool of water. I only fired shots to scare them off.
You leveled a double-barrel shotgun, and when them boys came out of that watering hole, you shot and killed 2 of those young men.
all your facts are incorrect. Except for one. But I never leveled a shotgun at any human being in my entire life. That being said, I take it you're here to bring me in. Is that it?
No. I'm here to offer you a job.
What was that?
John Henry Holliday. My name's Wyatt Earp. I'm putting together a federal posse. You'd be deputized, and this incident that happened on your family's land would just wash away. Like rainwater.
And why would you do such a thing?
Because dangerous men are far more better by your side than across from it.
So what is it that you need from me?
Well, Georgia has a new land to me. And while I firmly believe that no hour of a man's life is wasted if it's in the saddle, I need someone who knows their way around. Tell me, have you ever heard of the Bridle Brothers?
The who?
A patient takes the proper preventive measures. We can keep our enamel for a lifetime. If patients use Pronamel clinical enamel strength, it will actually help to protect the enamel for a lifetime. So I would recommend Pronamel clinical enamel strength to all patients.
Fancy meats of Field and Ocean, 2 for $6.99.
Step down.
Don't panic.
I said step down. Howdy. Easy now, old timer. Why don't you just come on down here and we'll work this out? What you do what I said, step down.
Take what you want with the wagon. Just don't hurt us.
The lady don't want us to hurt her. No, we wouldn't do that. That's not gentlemanlike, right? Where you headed?
Crystal River?
Oh. Silver mine?
You do what you want with me, you swine. But keep your disgusting, thieving hands off my father.
That little lady must have us all backwards now. See, we prefer to have our deep hands go up with you than your party here. Hit the right job. Hey, why don't you step down? This is what I like. First that comes in.
Daddy!
Oh,
Daddy!
quick.
Daddy!
Oh my God! Hold on.
So who are these poor, unfortunate souls?
Innocent prairie folk.
Prairie folk?
You don't need to know the victim of a crime to feel conflicted by it. Do you?
No. Just tell me what happened next.
John and Jeffrey tied up and tortured that old man for 2 days and nights. They made him listen while they had their way with his young daughter. And then when they'd had their fun, they executed William.
They killed him?
Put him on his knees. Shot him in the back of the head.
And what happened to the daughter?
The girl. They had more and more go around her. We should move.
Pretty little brother. Grab what we can. Shoot the horse. What direction should we head? Probably stick with east. Out of Kansas, north of Denver, just like we planned. Love the girl. I'll get some cowboys as a take. We belong to someone else. We earn our keep, little brother. We stick with the rules of the trail. Remember that? Well, go on.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like, somebody's poking directly on their nerve. I recommend Sensodyne. Sensodyne toothpaste goes inside the tooth and calms the nerve down. And my patients say, doc, it really works.
Introducing Domino's Best Deal Ever. Get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Your favorite pizza at our best price. Any pizza with any toppings for $9.99. It's Domino's Best Deal Ever. But it's not forever, so get it before it's gone. Only at Domino's.
That is one hell of a story. You tell it with such conviction.
Your father was the mayor of Valdosta. Your mother died of tuberculosis in '66, the same disease that killed your adopted brother.
And I was baptized in '52. What is your point, Mr. Earp?
My point is that your reputation precedes you, Doc. Now come work for me. Find the Bravo brothers. Meet me in Iron Springs, where you will be paid $1,000.
Iron Springs, as in Arizona? In case you haven't noticed, I have a dental practice here.
That ain't the only thing you have here, Doc.
And after Iron Springs, then what?
Santa Fe Railroad Company's laying tracks to Las Vegas. If you decide to stay on with us, or you can return home to this. Perhaps you neglected to hear the part about the $1,000?
No, I heard that part quite clearly.
Now, I only came here because despite the drinking and the gambling and this business with them boys on your uncle's land, I heard you can handle a gun and well. Now, I've always found the easiest way to eat crow while it's still warm. My office stands for the night. I'll ride out in the morning and I'll come back around for your answer. Thanks for the paper, Doc.
Thank you.
Another?
Yes. If you don't mind, leave the bottom, Georgia.
You're wrong every day, huh?
Georgia, I get to professionals where it never ends. Let me ask you something. Is it better to be a has-been or a never was?
Well, that would depend on the profession.
Let's just say yours then.
Barkeep has the luxury to be neither. We're here to serve.
Take care of all of us hopeless ne'er-do-wells. Is that it?
You know, my daddy used to say to never drink unless you're alone or with somebody else.
Cheers to your father.
Holiday. Are you deaf, Doc? I'm talking to you. We need a third. You in?
Oh, what's the name of the game, gentlemen?
Poker. 5-card draw.
Is that a fact? Well, as the famous poet, someone or other once said, sometimes silence isn't always the best answer.
That don't make no damn sense.
Well, it made sense when I thought of it.
Are you in or not?
Oh, indeed. Far be it from me to pass up on an honest game of cards.
You sure this is gonna work?
What's not to be sure of, gentlemen? I never bluff, and I hardly ever cheat.
Oh, I doubt that.
Good man. Good man.
What's wrong?
Seem to have misplaced my money pouch. Maybe it's at the office in Georgia. Georgia Peach. This gave me a small loan. I promise not to lose my place.
And after the hour?
They will be way over by then.
How's that?
You know Cheez-It made extra toasty? Of course. Want it? Need it? Cheez-It.
Medical mystery is what we do. Pay attention to the clues. We'll tell you exactly where to go.
Lurk and snoop? Copy.
Westchester wants its own new CBS Sunday, streaming on Paramount Plus.
Trust me, darling.
Thank you, sir. You better know.
I almost always do. seat taken?
It is now. Something funny?
I hope you don't mind me saying so. Your teeth are remarkable. Where did you say you were from?
I didn't. Dallas.
Perhaps you know my good friend and colleague, John A. Cedar. Is he the one who fixed up those pearly whites for you?
I know what you're doing, Holiday. Quit trying to distract me. Can we just play cards?
Some people just can't take a compliment. Not from me.
Sean.
I got trash every time.
2 pair. Aces over queens.
Oh. Perhaps you recognize these 4 strapping young lads. Jacks.
Wait.
Oh dear.
You got one reason why I shouldn't shoot you dead.
Paul? Pretty fast. Don't be fooled, gentlemen. I may be a dentist. First and foremost, a gunslinger. Now, go ahead and put those pistols away. Do it! Go ahead and take what you think is yours. I'll be content with the leavings.
I got my ID.
Pleasure doing business with you as always, dear. Thank you, Georgia. That should cover everything. Something for the kids.